Hey guys, welcome to an episode of Anthony's Kitchen. Been a long time. It's been about a month since I've actually posted a cooking video for you guys. I've gotten a lot of messages, comments, what I've been doing lately. I live here in California, as you guys know, so we've been having a lot of storms, a lot of rain. So I've pretty much been inside the house a lot. What better way to, I guess, stay in the house and cook better than, getting a minestrone soup going. So I got a couple of comments asking what my favorite soup is to make. Chicken noodles, one of them. Clam chowder. Minestrone is another one. Pretty much all your kitchen ingredients in your house that you have, you can pretty much make this soup with what you have. So first things first, this is just a traditional minestrone soup. Got your garlic, your onion. I'm going to go ahead and get this sweated out here. Beautiful thing about this soup is it's very easy to make. A lot of people, it's not one of those soups where, a lot of people don't like, some people don't like vegetables. But this is one of those ones where it has vegetables in it. Not that much. I mean, like you see here, basic ingredients. You got some celery, some carrots. These are actually some noodles that we're going to be using later on. Tomatoes, diced tomatoes, some crushed San Marzano tomatoes, and some chicken broth, as well as the cannelloni beans. You can use kidney beans, black beans, whatever you got in your house. Typically, cannelloni beans are going to be a little more flavorful. You want to add these in towards the end because they are very soft, and they'll tend to get a little mushy. But we'll go over that. We're going to get this sweated there. You want to sweat your onions and your garlic. It's going to release all the flavors into the oil. You don't want to burn them though, so you want to make sure you put in your chicken stock probably about 3 minutes after you saute your onion and your garlic. Yellow onion, by the way. You don't want to use white onion. It's kind of overpowering. So yeah, 18,000 subscribers, actually 18.2 thousand subscribers. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. I never would have thought it would, this is kind of a thing that I just decided to do for fun, and now it's kind of, getting a little bit of attention, so that's nice. As you see here, I got some cannelloni beans in the blender. We're actually going to blend these because what this is going to do is it's going to give a little base to the chicken stock. It's going to make our sauce a little bit creamy. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to blend this now while that other stuff in there is going. We're going to blend this a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. So, got that blended. Keep that off to the side right there. So, this is about good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our chicken stock. 4 cups of chicken stock. You can use vegetable stock. You can use beef stock. Some people decide they want to put a little bit of beef short ribs in their minestrone soup. You can kind of tweak it any way you want. I'm just going with the traditional way of doing things. So we're gonna get, this is our crushed tomatoes. Three cups of crushed tomatoes. We're going to do some diced tomatoes. And then we're going to get our little mixture we got here, our cannelloni bean mixture. Get that in there. So this actually gets really, it's real, almost like a paste. This cannelloni bean puree. So you want to make sure you get it all in there. That's actually only, this is actually really only about a cup. So get that going here. So as you can see right here, it adds a little bit of a creaminess. So this is going to actually simmer for about 30 minutes, actually 45 minutes on low. And then we're going to come back and I'll show you guys, we're going to add the vegetables. We're going to talk a little more about the consistency and how you want it. So stick around. Oh, next thing, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in our vegetables. So if you guys want to come over here, I'm going to show you the consistency of this. So see there how it's almost, usually some people, their minestrone soup is really clear. This is obviously more of a thicker, like a red, you know, that's where that crushed tomatoes comes into play. So we add our vegetables and then we brought this to a roiling boil. Now we're going to drop this down to a slow simmer and let this cook for about another 30 minutes. That way we'll get it. It's going to thicken up as it comes along. So, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in our not kidney beans, our cannelloni beans. As you can see, I got 2 cups of cannelloni beans right here. So, just to recap, what we did was we had 4 cups of chicken broth, 2 cups of crushed tomatoes, 1 cup of diced tomatoes, 1 cup of yellow onion finely chopped, and 5 cloves of garlic. So that's what we got in here. And I will also post a recipe on the link. So go ahead and give this a quick stir. Like I said, we're going to try not to stir this too much because you don't want to break up those cannelloni beans. So we're going to just keep this at a low simmer and let that do its thing. Last stage is we're going to go ahead and put our macaroni inside. Now I use just a typical elbow macaroni. You guys can use whatever you want. Typically the smaller the better. Obviously you want to use a dried pasta. You do not want to use fresh pasta in this situation because it'll literally turn into mush and disintegrate within seconds. This is actually going to expand and it's going to puff up that soup. Not puff up the soup, but these macaronis are going to puff up a lot. So it's going to be, I like a lot of noodles in my dish, so it's going to obviously, it's going to expand quite a bit. So remember, we're going to add these noodles in like so. Now you can either cook them separately or you can cook them in the pasta. I like to, or cook it in the soup, sorry. I like to cook it inside just because, you know, you want to get that flavor in there. So we're going to cook that in, and then what's going to happen is we're going to turn this off after about 10 minutes. We're just going to let it come to a boil. Or you could let it slowly simmer, and you could, you know, as it's the longer this cooks, the better it is. So you can continuously cook it on the simmer. It's going to take a little bit longer for the noodles to cook, but, you know, this is going to continuously to stay hot for at least another hour, so it's going to slowly cook those noodles. So we're going to turn this off, like I said, about 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and shut it off. We're going to leave it uncovered, and it's going to continue to cook. And we'll go ahead and show you the finished product here as soon as this is done cooking. Also, you can add a type of green at the very end. So we're actually going, you know, last minute changes. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to add some collard greens to this. Now you can add mustard greens, you can add kale, Swiss chard. Swiss chard is not in season right now, so it's a little bit hard to find unless you're like growing it in your backyard or something. But we're going to add some collard greens to this. But we're not going to do that until the noodles are completely cooked because it's going to, you know, it takes a while for the noodles to cook, and then, you know, the greens are done in a matter of minutes. So We're going to continue to stir this, and then we're going to come back and show you guys the finished product. All right, guys, as promised, we got our collard greens right here, rinsed. We're going to add these in. These take not that long to cook. So we're just going to dump them in like that, like so. And then we're going to give this a quick stir. As you can tell, this is thickening it up by the minute. So we're just going to get those buried in there. These to cook. Always want to add the greens in at the very end because you want them fresh. You want to have that little bit of a, I like a little bit of a crunch, a little bit of a bite to it. Collard greens are very flavorful. Typically, you don't see these type in minestrone soups. Really, it's like kale or Swiss chard, mainly Swiss chard. But all right, guys. So I say this has got about another. Look at that. Look how nice and thick that is. This is not this, you know, that plain, you know, water type minestrone soup. This is thick. Look at that. The vegetables are still intact. You know, this is gonna be really good. Look at that. This is gonna be, and it's gonna be better even tomorrow. I'm not really a big leftover guy, but I'll tell you what, this is gonna be delicioso. So we're almost finished. We actually are finished. So this is our finished product, guys. As you can see, it thickened up a great deal. Got your greens in there. The noodles is what caused it to thicken up. Like I said, I like a lot of noodles. This only calls for 1 cup. I used about 1 3/4 of a cup. So I used a lot just because I'm a noodle guy. So as you can see, it's nice and thick. This is a hearty meal. This is almost more like more like of a meal actually. You know, like I said, usually people, they like theirs more soupier. I like mine more on the thick side. I actually put some, while we were on the break, I actually went ahead and threw a little bit of cheese in there, which you don't have to use. It doesn't call for it, but I like to put cheese on my soup, so I added a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there. You can do it at the very end while you serve it, or you can do it during the cooking process. I did it during the cooking process. And I did about, probably about 1/4 of a cup grated Parmesan cheese. You can also even add the rind in there. A lot of people will add the rind and let it cook with the sauce. It gives it a lot of flavor. That's a typical Italian tradition to do. So, like I said, guys, this is our finished product. I would go ahead and eat some of this right now in front of you guys and show you how delicious it is. But unfortunately, I'm going to let it sit for about 15 minutes because it's very hot and it needs to cool down. But I'm going to keep the videos coming for you guys. I know it's been a while since I posted something. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment, any suggestions that you guys have. I typically read them all. But we're going to start, since it's winter time, I'm going to start doing a lot of more soups for you guys. We actually just made tamales the other day, so I wish I would have recorded that. But unfortunately, it's kind of hard to record and actually cook the tamales at the same time because it's a messy process. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Besides the cooking, we have a few trips coming up here. I'm going to be going to Hawaii soon. I'll be going to Thailand and somewhere debating on where I want to go in the Middle East. Me and my brother are going to be taking a trip out to the Middle East somewhere soon. So we'll be vlogging those. I'll let you guys know ahead of time. I'm be getting a website going. It's going to be a travel vlog website. Let you guys know where I'm going to be going. Posting videos and some extra content on there for you guys. So anyways, guys, thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.